Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to an encouraging word with V. I hope you guys had a good week and I hope that you guys were encouraged by the last video and were able to spend some time with your family and with your kids because it's so important. I am still working and I can say that every morning has been a battle. On one hand, I'm happy to go to work, and have, work, a job. But on the other hand, I hate leaving my family at home. And I dislike, the fear that tries to enter in the mornings, because I'm being exposed um, to, what's going on in this world. And we're only human. I can't help but to just fear just a little bit. But of course, I declare the word of God. I pray. And sure enough, I come back to my senses and I begin to feel better. This week, it was an interesting week. It really was. The other day, we were at my mom's house and we were watching a movie. And I remember glancing over and looking at my daughter. And as I looked at her, I looked into her eyes and I just saw fear in her eyes. And I asked myself, what's wrong? But I didn't say anything. I just left it like that. Well, days later, I had a conversation with my husband and I told him, I said, look, I don't think I think our daughter's scared. And he said, why? And I told him, what had happened. And I was like, we've been so busy in our thoughts, in our own feelings, in our own chaos as adults that we haven't even thought about our children, or we haven't thought about their emotions or their thoughts during this time. Because as a parent, you just think, I'm there for them. I'm doing everything I can for them. I'm providing food. I'm providing shelter. I'm home with them and I play with them. I do schoolwork with them and I just do everything I can. And we just feel that that's more than enough and, that means they're okay. Well, that's at least how we felt, until that day. And I told my husband, we need to speak to her. We need to just make sure that she is okay, and have her express her feelings on how she's feeling about this whole situation. So sure enough, um, we got home one night and we gathered the kids together and we asked her, we said, hey, how do you feel about the situation? And how do you feel right now? And she told us, she's like, I'm scared. And I asked her, well, do you know what's going on? She said, yeah. She's like, it's the coronavirus that's going on, and we can't go out. We have to be in our homes. We can't touch anything. And we can't go to school. We can't play with our friends. And then she started crying. And it hurt me to see my baby crying. Because we think they don't understand, but they do understand. And they too are afraid. They too, are scared of what can happen. And although we're here to protect them, this affects them. So it just it was a big wake up call for both my husband and I, because we realized in that moment just how crucial it is to have communication with our children now more than ever. I want to encourage you to speak to your kids on a daily basis, not just say, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" And that's it. Let's talk about real feelings. Let's talk about real emotions. The same way we as adults, especially if you're married with your spouse, we have to be honest with each other. But the only way we can be honest is if we really express how we feel. And like I said earlier, you guys know I believe in God. You guys know that I know something great is going to come out of this. I know that He is in control, and I know that He has greater plans for us. But that doesn't mean I wake up every day and I'm okay. It doesn't. I have my days where I'm really good, and I have my days that I feel very low. And it's the same for our children, especially, them being accustomed to a routine, a routine where that they follow, and being able to go outside, being able to be with friends, with their teachers. All this to them is something foreign. It's not something easy for them. So let's try to make it as easy as possible. We asked our daughter, "How can we make it better for you?" And she said, "I want it to feel more like school." So we said, "Okay, well, what does that mean?" So she just said, "I want it to feel like I'm in school. I want it to feel like I have different classes, which include Spanish, English, math, science, PE, and so forth." So my husband and I agreed that we were going to make it feel more like school so that she feels more comfortable. And one thing that we decided on was to get a star chart. And the reason why is because the star chart has different things, that they're supposed to do throughout the day. So that, to us, we feel that it's going to make her feel more like she has a schedule, like she has something to do, and she's going to look forward to the week even more, instead of wondering, okay, what's going to happen tomorrow? Is tomorrow going to be okay? Is it going to be bad? When am I going to school? Am I ever going to return back to school? It takes the focus off of that, and it shifts the focus to something else and something better. So I actually want to show you guys the chart real quick, just in case you guys are interested as well. This is the chart. So as you can see, there's different things on there. And here are the stars. So of course, since we got the chart, it's only been a couple days, and they are stoked. They're so excited, and every day they look forward to doing what's on the chart, and at the end of the day, they look forward to getting their star. And that excites me as well, because I can see the joy in her eyes. My son is too young to understand, but he still understands somewhat. But she really understands, and I can see the shift of emotion in her. And another thing that we also did, we got them these plush dolls. I'm not too sure what they're called, but this is Zeke, and this is Sienna, which Bea is so excited for because she says it's a unicorn and it has a rainbow, which she loves. And she says, Mom, isn't it so cool that her name is almost like yours? It's just written with the C, which is pretty funny and pretty cool at the same time. Well, the reason why we got them those plush dolls is just so that, kids always need something that reminds them that you love them, that they're going to be okay. And, what better way than to have something they can play with and hug and hold and go to bed with, and it's just something small. It's something small that just keeps them safe. Although they know they are safe, they know they have their parents and they know that God is always with them. But this is just a little extra that we wanted to give them, just to let them know that they are so special to us and that they are so loved. So I want to encourage you to do, something similar with your child. This week, sit down, talk to them, ask them, how are you feeling? What are you feeling? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you upset? Are you happy? These are not always easy conversations, and not all kids are expressive. So sometimes you're going to have to get it out of them. Luckily for us, our daughter was so open immediately and she was able to just spill the beans right away. But if your child is struggling, you know your child. So if it doesn't work the first time, maybe work it in little by little. Ask them, one day one thing, the next day the other thing, another thing, but make sure that they're doing okay, because there are babies and we got to watch over them, and we can't disregard their feelings or their emotions, but because they are what matters most right now. So please, I encourage you to spend that time with your children. And another thing I want to encourage all of us to do is to pray for all those babies out there, those babies that get abused, whether it be physically, mentally, sexually. I know this is a hard topic, but because we're on a topic about kids, this is a reality. And there's a lot of babies out there that can't protect themselves right now. So I just want to pray. I want us all to pray for a shield of protection over them, so that no weapon formed against them shall prosper, so that no one can harm them at this time or at any time. And this is not only for our babies here in America, but all around the world. So please pray for them and do whatever you can to help a child out during this time. If you know a child that really needs you, even if they're not your child, step up. Step up and do what you can. I hope this video blesses you. I thank you for watching again. You have a good night, and I will see you guys next Sunday, God willing. Bye-bye.